What's up, YouTube? This is Total Divas Season 4, Episode 1, Diva Dive. The start of the episode, we see a caption saying, "Align does not worry herself with the option sheet." You know, a lot of y'all's like, what the fuck is that? We're gonna get to that in a moment. Okay. So we see Paige, Trini, Foxy, Nattie all at brunch, happy to see each other, kissing. Oh, hey, how was you? How was you? You look cute. Ooh, all that other shit. So they up there talking. Nattie kicks off the combo. So I heard they're leaving. Talking about the Bellas, right? So then Alicia cuts to the confession. Talking about doors about to be open now. You know, I'm about to stir shit. Throughout this whole episode, she stirs shit. I don't know if she's trying hard to stay in the WWE. I don't know, but she really was working my last stars. We're gonna get to that too. So then next thing you know, Nattie talking about breaking points. And I feel like, they reached their breaking point, I can kind of see it. So then, good old Trini was like, yeah, I've been there a couple of times. I know you have, because it's the fact they treat you like crap, girl. You should have been champion. Makes no sense with this long, tired, drawn out, boring ass storyline. And then this Divas Championship reign working my nerves. Anywho, so then Paige was like, yeah, Brie ready to be a mommy. And his dad, I think she'd be a good mom. But, two positions about to be open, so who wants to fight for it? So then, the Bellas walk in looking fab. I love it. Nikki is a label whore, and I love it so much. Oh my god, all the labels that she be wearing, the Louis Vuitton, gets me together. So then, they sit in, and she asked, is this everybody? And they were like, yeah. And then she's like, where is Eva? And they were like, oh, she in NXT training. She was like, oh, good. She needs it. Caught that shade real quick. I was like, ooh. I detected it. I don't know if y'all did, but I did. It's like shade. So then they up here talking. He's up there like how sad it's gonna be. The Bellas are leaving, and how they will all start off together, and all of that good old stuff. And then right before Nicole could speak, right at that, Alicia like this. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get me a new gimmick. Shay right there. Change it. I'm gonna be like Halle Berry Storm. So Paige was like, ooh, that would be cute. I'm up here like the whole time I was with Nicole the whole entire time. Just looking around like I know they did in so much shade. So then Nattie's like, yeah, I went to my hairdresser. I told her to put the streaks back in, feel refreshed, rejuvenated. I'm up here like it takes for somebody to leave for you bitches to be like, oh, I'm about to be new. I wasn't here for it. I was not. The whole time Nicole had that dick look on her face like I'm so over it. So then Nat said she wants to change her whole new look, her gimmick. She can be a Catwoman. Real. Wasn't for it. So then the Bellas leave. They up here like Nicole's like, I'm not gonna miss this whole mess with the brunches because it's just foolishness. Like everybody wants to take our shine because we like on top, and they want to do what we do. They want to be on top. So then Brie. Okay, so yeah, so Brie was like being all optimistic and stuff, and was like, "Oh, I can kind of see what the girls are talking about, but I can kind of see what Nikki's talking about too. You know, we are at top, so I can kind of see both ways." And I'm up here like, last time I checked, around this time, AJ was the head one, and then Paige, and then y'all too. So I mean, I could kind of see it, but it was really an AJ dominated world. But we ain't gonna go there. So then Nicole was like, ain't nobody taking my spot. Got that. So then Nicole, they like confessional filler. I hate when they do those. Basically talking about the business, which is all I find good. But she was like, yeah, in the ring, you get the mindset and the psychological stuff. You get to be on time. And this there, I checked out. I really didn't care. So then they went all to SmackDown. Then we saw cute little moment with Brian Daniel. She was cutting his hair, kissing him. He's like, if you leave, who's gonna do my hair? She's like, no one. I was like, smart girl. So then we have Nattie and Nicole talking, walking in. She's like, I had to wear the Louis Vuitton so you can see it. I was like, yes, labels. So then Nattie was like, me and Tyson watched me and TJ watched your performance on Raw again, and it was just like, you were so good. Like, she was just praising her. So then after that, Nicole made a joke like, Oh, I'm kind of worried now. I feel like somebody might try to take me out, like Tanya Harding did Nancy Kerrigan. I was like, you better use a skating reference on this damn show. So then I was all for it. Then we see Summer and Emma, they make a little cameo. Natalia was like, "Oh, I like your little outfit," taking pictures. Nattie threw shade at Summer, saying she looked like a mongoose. Caught that too. So then I was like, ooh, not the shade. Nattie a shady bitch. I don't care what nobody says. She shady as shit. But that's Nattie. Nattie speaking with Karana, who is the most shadiest person out of all of them. So she was like, pretty much saying like, well, since you know the Bellas are leaving, you know, doors about to be wide open. Karana was like, don't go by speculation on who's leaving. Like completely checked. It was like, no, don't go by it. We don't do none of that. So then, like he shut her down all the way. So then Nattie was like, well, I'm gonna, be a dominatrix. I was like, pause. We already had that before in the WWE. Shaquanda, Shaquilla, whatever that girl's name was. I already had it. We don't need it again. But I said, each its own. Nattie want to do it. Who am I judge? So Nattie was like, we can do it. Karana was like, this is a PG program, right? So how is that going to work? She's like, we can do it real nice for PG, since Eva, is going to be on the European tour, we can both kind of do it together, be Catwoman. And Karana was like, ho, Eva's not going to be on the European tour. She was like, well, what do you mean? So then Karana was like, Eva's doing training in California. She was like, hold up, what do you mean? He was like, she was like, so is Eva going to get the Bella push? Is that what you're telling me? Karana was like, she has some, what we're getting for her is like acting stuff, and she has a personal trainer out there, and we just think it's best for her right now and for the brand, for it's best for business that she be out there. So Nattie was trying to like fake the whole entire thing, like she didn't hear it, like, so I thought she was going to the performance center. He was like, no, LA. But she told her she was going to NXT. Karana was like, don't go by what you heard from somebody else. Nattie was just like, uh-huh. I was like, girl, you tried it. And so then we see clips of Eva training. Really didn't care, but I was for it because, Eva needs it. So badly needs it. And to see her actually having the hunger to do it, I was all for it. So I was for it. So Nattie meets up with the girls, and she's up there telling them that Eva's getting a personal trainer. All we out in LA, and all of them is salty. The train. So Brie up here like, why the hell would she lie to me? Like, oh my god, like when I told her, I talked to her, she was like going to like NXT, like all of this. So then Nikki, Nicole was so shit. She was like, I wish I had that type of help. I was like, bitch, you shady. You wrong and you shady. So then Natalie was like, none of us had like a personal trainer. I'm up there like, Natalie, didn't you have House of Dungeon? The Heart Dungeon, like, didn't you have that? Like, that's kind of a little bit, but I mean, each its own. And Paige, her family, so I mean, again, each its own. So then they were up here like, Nicole was like, in her confession, she was like, it's not right how, I've been busting my ass for 8 years, doing this and that, doing different shows, and then driving around, and then working out, wrestling, and going back and forth, and then for somebody who has not even been here like for like 2.5 years is like getting special treatment. Like that's so wrong. So like she wasn't for it. So then they were like, she was just like, is that what you really want? So then Nicole was like, pretty much just throwing the most shade in that confessional. Like she was disgusted. So then Naomi was up there like, no matter what, even if she is getting a personal trainer, she still gotta prove herself. Like if she flies and pass, she flies and pass. If she fails, she fails. She had no one else to blame but herself. So I'm kind of like, this is why I love Trini so much because she keeps it real. So then it was like pretty much at the end of the day, she still got to prove herself. So then Nicole was like, if you don't want respect from the girls, then she should train at NXT. And Brie was up to like, she don't want our respect. She doesn't care. She like, cause she got the company in her hands. I was like, pause, hold up, because to me, now that I'm looking at the programming of how it is, the Bellas is pretty much about like everything that they wanted. I mean, I'm sorry that Eva didn't, sleep with somebody that was at the top, or marry somebody that was at the top, or another, or sleep with a certain, talent relations person in a hot tub, but no one is judging. I'm not judging. I have no right to judge, especially on situations I've heard through the rumor mill, but still, ain't nobody got nowhere to judge. So then Paige is up here like she's getting this special silver spoon treatment, and I've been in here busting my ass off for 10 years to try to make it into here, and this and that, and then it's just makes me sick. So then Brie was like, thank God she's a pretty face because that's all she really got. I was like, you and your sister were models turned wrestlers. Let's not bash because y'all are just pretty faces who just kind of, hit the jackpot on who you marry. But we're not going to go there. From the commercial, pretty much get the Bellas. They sit and look at the screen. They're like, oh my God, Nicole, look at your boobs. Nicole was like, oh my God, look at yours in that bra. Nikki Brie was like, I know. I'm up here like, whatever. So then Carano comes up in there. He was like, hey, what's up? They were like, we need to talk to you. So then they're like, what is this that we're hearing about? Eva getting special treatment and all this other stuff. Nicole was like, like she was the savior of the division, and I was kind of like a little bit for it, but then I really wasn't because of the simple fact it took you 8 years to try to be like the savior of the division, and really all you and your sister really did before now. Like to me, before it came out that Total Divas was coming out, all they really did was do like 4 different intervals of a drop kick and face buster. But no one's judging, and then they had like title reigns that, I feel like they shouldn't have gotten, but to each its own. So then they was like, and Nicole was pretty much saying like, you know, because the Bellas are here, pretty much like, what we've been doing, like people have actually been paying attention to the division, and people been going out to go to like restroom breaks, because that's all that it was really known for, was like restroom and snack breaks and this that whatever. I'm like, it's still known as that, like to a couple of people, but like hardcore Diva fans pay attention to watch it regardless, even if it's for like 3 minutes to a minute and 50. We watch it, because of the simple fact we support the girls. Hashtag give Divas a chance. So then when she was like, if Eva gets this push, she's gonna like destroy the division and this, that, whatever. Like the division been destroyed. Like the Golden Ages is gone. Like this is some reality era. It sucks. So then, like she was just spilling all the stuff that she heard. So then she was like, Nattie had told us, and then Corona was like, there you go, right there. Who did you say? She's like, Nattie, but it's like high school here. Like we're all around each other. Everyone gossips. I'm like, that's the problem with the division. All it is on the main roster. Not saying that like NXT don't, but it's mostly like this on the main roster. So then Carano was like, Eva needs 24-hour training. Like the company has other ideas for Eva, and she has other ideas that she wants to do too, and we think it's best that she's down there. So then Nicole's like, you want her to take my spot, don't you? He was like, no one can replace. She was like, you better kiss ass. He was like, so that contract. I was like, ooh, you better sign it. Yet Eva at home or bruised up from training. Didn't really care of that, so we gonna skip that. Then we get Nattie, Trini, and John at a sex shop. I was so over that. Like Nattie is really committed to trying to be a dominatrix. I'm up here like, don't she know she can just go on XTube or like Pornhub or My Vista or some one of them porn sites. I mean, she could have looked in the comfort of her home on a computer and looked up all this shit, but no, she wants to be in character. She wants to be there. Do you, Nattie? I'm no judging. So they go, when I was over it from the moment they had that seat that was open where you put your vajayjay up in there, the dude or whoever, your pleasure, gets on it. You know, I was over from then, and then when she was like, my cats were like this, dude was like, no, they wouldn't. Yeah, anybody likes stuff like this. He was like, he had to whisper to her, it's a bug. She was like, oh. Whole time I'm looking like, Nattie know what that is. She's trying to be dumb. I ain't here for that. So then we have Nicole and her mother. They at a restaurant. They talking crossroads between her and WWE. You know, I love Mama Bella, but I just wasn't here for it. That whole thing, because it was just like, we've been hearing this again, blah, 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 blah. You at the crossroads. It's just like continuation from last season. Like, is you staying? Isn't you? Like, it is what it is. So then we had Nattie, TJ, and Anna, the dominatrix. Shot. I was over her. Like, she was hearing impaired. So at first, because I didn't really, like, I had to go back to, like, rehear because I really didn't know what she was saying. Like, I wasn't trying to be ignorant. I was kind of like, is she a little, like, I just want to know. But then when she said she was hearing impaired, I was like, oh, okay. So then I was like, that explains. So I was like, okay. But she was like, when she pushed TJ on the ground and then hit him, I was like, and then he was all like, he left. He was like, get out the car, get out the car, get out my car. I was like, I'm so over him. So then he was like, what did he say? So then Nattie called him like trying to apologize, like, I'm sorry, and like this, that, whatever. And he was like, I'm a tag team champ. I ain't no freaking cat. I ain't gonna purr like no cat. So then the domination was laughing like Ponzi or some shit. I was like, so then she's thanking Nattie. We see with the little nine tails going, Nattie up here like, I was like, we know what you ain't getting in your bedroom. If you is, we know what you about to do in your bedroom. Looking at these previews, Nattie about to be a freak. Like, oh, I'm a freaking freak. I know this shirt making me look like I'm so weird, but I'm not. My chest is just like, you know, I'm giving you Nattie in a Redskin shirt. So then Nattie's mom walked in and she was like, oh, she even got it on the phone, got tied up, wrapped up. I was like, so what all goes on in the heart dungeon that we do not know? Because when you say dungeon after 50 Shades of Grey, I think everything is sexual. That's just me. But I've always had a dirty mouth. But to each his own. We get Nicole, Paige, Foxy, Trini, John, Nattie, and TJ all at the restaurant. And Nattie tells about the dominatrix coming over to the house, and TJ's like, she's weird, and this, that, ever. And they're like, you got a dominatrix at your house? And she was like, yeah. I'm up here like, she like that. So then the conversation turned right straight to Eva Basha. See, I had to take a lot of notes, so you keep like seeing, because I'm like, why do I keep looking over here sometimes? I'm like, I have it in my head, but then, you know, sometimes, you know, because ADHD is the mother, you gotta, you know, be on your P's and Q's. So I'm gonna read what I typed and involve from there. So Foxy, first off, names like, oh, I saw something posted on Eva's IG. I'm like, so Instagram getting shout outs on here? All right. So then Fox was like, shade, shade, shade. I was like, little did I know, we knew who was going to throw this shade. So Paige was like in her confession, like, Eva posted a picture about lions being around sheep, and she doesn't work hard, and there's women in here who want to be a part of the WWE, who are more stronger and more deserving. I was up here like, Paige, calm down, ain't that serious. So then Foxy was like, where is her mind at? Like, what is she thinking? And Paige was like, I want to see her go down to NXT and learn. And then Foxy was like bashing her credibility. Like, what does she stand on? And Paige like cohort and agreeing, and I'm like, whole entire time I'm hearing this, I'm like, where was all of this with Rosa? Because Rosa can't wrestle to save her life. Like Rosa sucks, like badly. Like I swear, I think WWE just put her out there just for comical relief since Santino left, but that's just me. But she sucks badly, so bad. So I'm like, if you're bashing Eva, how come y'all not bashing your girl? Right is right, wrong is wrong. Make her take her charge because she sucks. Maybe they do it behind closed doors. I don't know, but they need to like rectify that. So then they up here like Naomi. Trini was only one. I keep calling them by their wrestler name sometimes. I don't know why. Trini was the only one who was the voice of reason. And she was like, with all the shade being thrown, if the company wants her to be, you know, doing all of this, at the end of the day, if the company wants it, that's how it's going to be. So then, you know, that's how it is. All this bitch is not gonna do nothing. So then Foxy was like, oh, we're not talking shit. I just want to correct that. I was like, yes, she is. So then Naomi was like, she clapped her quick with this one. She was like, that is talking shit. I was like, Slay Naomi better get them together. So then she was up there like, Alicia was like, well, you should call her in and tell her that. I was like, you picking fights with almost every black girl I see on this show. I'm gonna need you to get it together because we supposed to be unity, and you clearly just showing your strength that you don't give a shit. So then Alicia was, so Trini was like, why are you on the defensive? I'm just saying my opinion. You said yours. So then I was like, you better get her together. So then Naomi was in the confusion. I was like, all of them are pretty much upset and jealous over an opportunity that one got that they didn't get. So you know, you can't really be mad at Eva. It was presented to her, she took it. So then Fox was like saying it's not talking shit, it's just comparing notes. I was like, if we're gonna compare notes, let's talk about them botches you do. Because there's a whole bunch of notes we can go by, like your tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. Sometimes it's like 45% on. And then your axe kick, no. When Booker being competent on SmackDown, he used to wrestle on SmackDown. He tried to make it sound like he was good, but your P's and Q's, I love you. I want your little furry head, but I'm gonna need you to get it together. You get me back. I had to change my shirt. So, Eva's training. Her head's not in the game. She's pretty upset. You know, she claims she's a perfectionist, and I'm up there like, if you was a perfectionist, then you know you would have been on your P's and Q's when you was a wrestler. You know, when you first started out, but you know, we're not gonna touch that subject. So then she's up here like, I'm hearing from different sources, talking to Jonathan. I'm hearing different sources, you know, that the girls aren't happy. I'm getting private training, and I'm getting it through the company. So like, and then you know, it shows a cut screen with her on the phone talking to Trini, and she was like, so what's going on? You know, I'm hearing, you know, the girls aren't happy. So then Trini was like, it's a bunch of unnecessary hate. You know, it's just petty, pretty much. So then, you know, she's up here like feeling so upset and hurt. Like, oh my god, they don't like me. And like, I'm just doing this because, you know, I want to now. And I'm up here like, again. Now, if you've been following Eva, you know, she got signed. They've pretty much pushed her from the moment she got there because of her looks, already everything. But she was not, in my opinion, someone they should have pushed because they had her and JoJo when the show first started. JoJo was like, I want to go to NXT. She went down there, took bumps. It wasn't for her. She was like, no, girl, I'm going to get right behind this mic and I'm going to talk and I'm going to be up here doing announcing. And she did good with that. As for Eva, you know, Eva couldn't wrestle. Still can't wrestle to what most people are saying. We don't know yet because she hasn't had her first match yet. So I'm holding out then. And then when I do see the first match, oh, trust and believe, we gonna talk about it. So then Jonathan was up here, trying to get back in the game. Is like, so did you think The Rock right off the bat was perfect at this? No, it took training. So then he was like, what makes you want to do this? She was like, I'm doing this for my fans who've been with me since day one. I'm up here like, okay, respect that. So then she goes back in training, kills it. I'm up here like, I'm sitting watching like, I see the potential in her. I want her to do good. I pray she does good. Because Lord knows if she doesn't and she fails, that wrestling, the internet wrestling community is going to come for her so badly. Especially those on Diva Dirt. They do not play, honey. They read for filth. So, fingers crossed even you get it together. Nicole and Brie talking about their future plans in the little workout area in the arena that they're in. So, Nicole's like, I've been thinking, and I've been like soul searching and like going back and forth, and I feel like I'm gonna resign. I feel like we should. It's good for the Bella brand. We just resign for like 3 more years, and you can have your baby after that. And Brie was like, no, you want to. I don't. She was like, no, listen, we could be as big, do things, that's like no diva has ever done. Like, we could be as big as like the John Cena's and all of this. And Brie was like, I'm not here for your shit. You want to be John Cena, not me. You do what you want to do, but I'm gonna go sit home and have some babies. I'm not here for this. So then Nicole was pretty much like, we can do this. Brie was like, I'm over it. I don't want to do it. So then we get Lillian, who I freaking love. Oh my god. Lillian can sing. I need for her to like really get to like a major label like ASAP. Like I was upset when she left to retire from WWE but came back. I was fanning out. So then she was up and like, well, I was doing a live. I'm gonna talk to you because I was hearing, I was doing a live event with Eva, and she was saying that all of you girls were ganging up on her right off the bat. Brie was like, then she gonna be like, no. So she's like, what is with in the confession? What is with all of this talk? Like, she doesn't even respect our business. So then we get a cut screen of Eva, Lillian, and Caroline. Carolyn sitting talking. She was like, come look at my notes. She was like, what did she say? She's like, so I've heard that the girls are like going ham on me and stuff. Like the collecting hens are mad that I'm training in LA and think I don't deserve it. Airline like this. I was not there, but I heard through the grapevine. I'm up here like, you better clear your name, honey, because people are pissing you, but you trying like, let me got my own issues. So then Lily up here trying to get her Nancy Drew on, I'm gonna get to the dirt. I'm gonna find out. That's what I'm thinking. Like she got her head. Like I'm gonna go ahead and rectify this because I'm really the only decade diva really around here who been here since like the golden era. She's like the Undertaker of the whole Divas division to me, pretty much. So then Brie was like, it's funny how one thing happens and now everything's getting blown out of proportion. Like Eva lied to me. Like she said she was going to NXT, and then we're hearing that she got like this personal trainer and all of this. And Lillian was like, no, she told me that she told y'all that she was gonna be training at LA. So then Brie was like, no, she told us NXT. So then we get another cut screen, and Eva was like, I told them last time we was at television when I was there, I was like, all right, well I'm gonna see y'all, about 6 months, 6 weeks. From there, they're like, oh, are you going to NXT? She was like, no, I'm going to LA. I'm going to train at LA. She's like, I really didn't need to give them no more information other than that. And Aaron the whole time sitting there like, I was like, you shady bitch. So then, it was like so much shade that was thrown that whole time. Because Aaron like, I'm just thinking look pretty because, they demoted me. So I'm going to be like, get my little camera time. And she was giving me Portia Fields from Real Housewives of Atlanta. So we're gonna leave that alone a bit because I want to see how this looks. So bear with me. First YouTube video, but we're gonna get it down pat. So then we get back to Lillian and Brie, and still with them. And then she was like, Brie was in her confessional, like, WWE is not your stepping stone to Hollywood. Like, I've trained in, like, dirty areas, like, what did she say? She said, like, a, batting range and, like, a dirty gym. I remember, like, you and your sister train at FCW, go sit down. I ain't here for that. So then, it was just, like, over. She was, like, trying to bash Eva. And I'm up here, like, sitting there, like, isn't you and your sister, didn't y'all come to WWE to try to get big and famous? So y'all can go to Hollywood? Isn't Nicole still trying to do that? Like, we saw that last season. So I'm up here, like, girl, get on your sister first. Because she don't know what she want to do. So practice what you preach. So then, I was just over that. And then she was like, you remember when I first came here and, like, I wanted the respect of the Diva circle and I wanted to be there? She doesn't want that. She doesn't want anything to do with it. So I'm done with her. I was like, okay, whatever. So then we get to Raw before WrestleMania, the final one. So then we see Nattie and John. Nattie's in her new little dominatrix suit, thinking she cute. She was slaying it, you know. But I'm sitting there like, this is like a PG version of a dominatrix. Okay, we don't let her, you know, let Nattie do what she thinks she doing. She's like, you know, cat lady, you know, we'll still let her have that moment. So then we see Eva walk in. She was like, well, WWE's Raw is in California, you know, so I'm up here like, I'm gonna just go ahead and go because I was doing stuff already, so I'm just going to show my face. So we see her walk in. She hugs R-Truth. I'm like, oh, people do like her. So then after that, Brie was up there like, so I see Eva walking in, you know, I'm not fake, so, you know, I'm gonna just go ahead and tell her how I really feel. I'm gonna be like, Will say. So to Eva, it was like, this whole situation is really blown out of proportion, and you should, like, really respect other people's opinions. And I'm up here like, oh, okay, tell us how you feel. She was like, Eva was like, well, I was hearing from people. Sabrina was like, talking like, from airline. She was like, no. From other, she's like, in trend. She was like, no other people outside of that. That, you know, and then Brie was like, this is so childish to, like, have me talk to Lillian and for her to come to me and was like, you, like, I need to pull you aside and talk to you and tell you, like, there's, like, some issue. Like, and then she caught her, like, I caught the lie that she was saying. I'm like, you was so lying through your teeth right now. I don't know if anybody else caught it, but I caught it. She was like, and, like, you, like, she said, like, you need to know, like, the girls are talking about you and Nikki and all this. And I'm up here, like, Brie, when did she say that? She just said it was Eve. I'm like, y'all need to stop lying. So then, Brie was up there, like, you know, you wasn't there, so you need to respect everyone's opinion pretty much. And whatever, you could ask them, because whatever they gotta say, they can say it to your face. I was talking to people like this, like, completely unbothered to the whole situation. I was like, you better show shade like you don't care. Because I'm gonna feel like I don't care for this. It's like very stupid. So then we get Nicole. After that, I just was completely tapped out because I was just waiting for the big explosion. So I was like, I want to see these heifers argue. I really could care less about anything else. So then Nicole was up there, I'm like, been in this business and blah blah 8 years, blah blah. The division's at its peak, you know, back then people really didn't want to watch us as much. You know, it was used to be like a bathroom break, the concession stand break. I was like, girl, you better know what people used to do. Like, outside of the real Diva fans, like, we would sit and watch, like I said before, your little 1 minute, 30-second fights, matches, tussles, hugs, kisses, whatever you want to call it. But, you know, it was just like all that. So then Nicole comes, you know, Nattie and Naomi are up there like, oh, y'all did so good, hugging, kissing, all that. So then Nicole's like, I know this one over here got baby fever, but, like, I want to let you know, like, we building this division, you know, I'm gonna stay and build it to what it is because of the simple fact we can make it into something. And, like, Brie was like, yeah, to piggyback on that, like, you girls killed it. Like seeing like this match tonight really like puts us up here compared to anybody else. I'm up here like y'all are here. NXT is right here. Knockouts are right here. But y'all feeling like y'all doing something. I mean, the match was cute. I mean, I'm still, that match was like so many months ago, but still, it's on YouTube. It ain't NXT. Full Horsewomen need to hurry up and be brought up. So then, anywho, I was like, Nikki was like, I don't know about this, Bella, but Nikki is staying. And then I was like, you better tell them. So then Rhea was up there like, in her confession, like, yes, Nikki Bella is staying, but Brie is not. I said, you better go home and be a mother, honey. Be a mother. So then we see Eva walking. She sees Aaron. She's like, hey. She's like, I thought you left. Eva was like, no. Not yet. She's like, I'm about to go meet the girls. You want to come with me? Aaron was like, no. I was like, ooh. She said, no. She was like, come on with me. She was like, no. She was like, but, pretty much like, when you finish with that, you call me, let me know what happens. I was like, ooh. With friends like that, who needs enemies? I was like, girl, bye. I was not for it. Like, decided it wasn't working. We gonna get this together. This is the first video, everybody makes mistakes. So anywho, so then Brie was like, I saw Eva, and then she was like, did Eva come in here? And then Foxy was like, she's in the arena, and she was like, yeah. So they all talking their little smack, whatever. So then we see Eva walk in. So then Eva was like, trying to talk, pretty much, which was so funny. So then Eva's walking. She's like, I want to talk to the girls. This is the locker room. We're not. This is the dopest job in the world. I don't know why people are having like a little like animosity. She said this on her little professional thing. She's like, it's petty, just petty. So then Bree, we already talked about that. So Eva walks in and Bree's like, speaking of the devil, we was just talking about you, and I'm sitting here like, with friends like these or associates who needs enemies. So then Naomi was like, Trini was like, I keep calling her by her wrestling name, Lord help me. So then Trini was like, why don't we just clear the air? Brie was like, no. Since you're here, tell everyone you're upset and why you're upset. I was like, when did Brie become like queen bitch? Like, I'm seriously wondering. So then she like, because everything's confusing. We would know like what legit is going on. I'm up here like, all right, Mean Girls, WWE style. So then Eva was like, I'm hearing from different people that like everybody's going ham, and they would be upset too. Then Paige was like, your stupid messenger is getting it all wrong, and whatever we got to say, we can say it to your face. I was like, I'm sitting there like, I really hate Paige right now for some reason. Like, even watching the Tough Enough thing, like, she's trying so hard to be a Simon Cowell, and I don't like it. Like, I loved her in last season of Divas because she was cool and she was vulnerable, and I love that about Paige. Like, now it's like, she has so much entitlement, and I'm up here like, you shouldn't be talking about nobody with a silver spoon, especially with the fact that you got brought to the WWE main roster and had 2 title reigns that you really did not deserve, in my opinion. Because like both of them was like lackluster. Like in my eyes, you're like a Caitlyn when it came to that, but Caitlyn was slaying, but you're like a Caitlyn. But I love you, cool personality, but Caitlyn. So then she was like, and then Paige was like, anything we say we can say it to your face, and then you post things on like Instagram and you talk to Cameron, and that just stirs up shit. So then Eva was trying to talk, and then Trini was like, hold up, let's not bring Cameron into this because this has nothing to do with her. I'm up here like, preach. So then Eva was up there saying all this negativity is insane. Like, and then Paige up to her like, we're usually not negative. We actually been like getting along. And Brie was like, yeah. I was up here like, me and you fucking girls. So then Brie was like, she said something like, we're like in the arena for like 10 days. You're like a 5-minute conversation. I said, shade. I said, we're starting to really see like who is the real Shady Bella out the two. Like, Nikki is bitchy, but Brie is like sneaky shady, like so severe. Like, I saw it more. with this episode. It was just so funny. So then Eva was like, the Divas division is supposed to be like empowering when women. And then Paige brought up like, but you're posting stuff on RG, like really, like she was trying to use it like it was like Lipton. I'm up here like, no girl, that is not no tea, because it's Instagram. Like, when did Instagram really start making people be like scared of stuff? Like, I was not really here for it. I was just like, go sit down, Paige, please. Trini, and she was up here like she was trying to say what she had to say. Then Alicia just jumps up, and she was like, "We was all in developmental, so it's pretty much like an open debate." I was like, "This is not no public forum." In my eyes, to where you just like a public forum, like everyone talks, but everyone takes like one person speaks than another one. It's more you know put together. This was just pretty much bash Eva. So then Alicia was like, Eva was just like, that's fine, but Alicia just stood up and was like, no. She's like, I don't have time for this, and I don't have time for you, and this, that, whatever. And then she like, Eva's trying to talk. She's like, no, listen, listen, listen. She's been busting her ass since '06. Point with Brie, and Brie was like, and then she was up there like she did her time and her dedication and did what she had to do. Like, what about her? Like, pointing right at Eva. I was like, tell us how you really feel then. So then Paige was like, it's ridiculous that you're not even going back to NXT and that you have a personal trainer, and that's just so lazy to me. I'm up here like, didn't all of y'all, certain ones in this company, have like a personal trainer who like taught them pretty much the basics? Like, Paige, you had like your family. Like, I don't want to hear that. So then Eva's still going like WWE's empowering, and yes, I am having personal training in LA, but it's because of the company, and like all of this cutting me down is like crazy. Then Bree slams the pin, like that's supposed to do something. And she was up to like, all you're doing is all this shit. Like, all I see you is like posting like stupid stuff. I don't see you posting like nothing about WWE. Like, if you posted about WWE, then maybe I'll actually believe you. Like, all I see is you posting about shreds, and like that's all you really give a damn about. And I was like, so the company name too? Like, yes, Diva better get that promo, because I'm up here like shreds. So then because I saw it on her IG before, I really didn't like care too much when she like about it. So then I was like, all right. So I go online. I was like, get me some shreds now. I said, Eva's company up here getting into a little story work. I said, one of them writers was like, where you gonna put this? Remember your line, because if you can't, then that's your problem. But just remember, because half of this is scripted. I don't care, but I feel like the animosity and hate is real. So then she was like, that's all you give a shit. Like, I never seen you like once post anything about WWE. Like, Brie was like heated. So then her confessional, she's continuing like, I'm like, how dare you, Eva? Like, all of us here busted our ass and you didn't. And all you're doing is tearing down our division because you can't wrestle. I was like, none of y'all could really wrestle like that much. I said, how dare you, Brie, try to shade? I said, you and your sister did not really know how to wrestle. It took y'all 8 years to really become like where y'all are at. Like, because in most of your matches, it was like 4 different variations of a drop kick and of twin magic and a face buster that y'all botched a couple of times. But we're not gonna go there. We're not gonna touch that. We're gonna put that Lipton back up in the cabinet and leave it there. So then we get back, and then it was like, I'm so over this part. So then Eva was up there like, all you're doing is tearing me down, so you can keep on doing that. And then Brie was like, so you was like busting your ass now, like this is like your third WrestleMania, and now all of a sudden you like, oh, I'm gonna bust my ass. Like, you now wanna do it after 2.5 years. Like, ooh, is you serious? So then he was like, what are you talking about? She's like, what I'm saying is you can't wrestle and you don't give a shit about this. So then Eva was like, you know what? Go ahead and keep saying all this, keep tearing me down. That's okay, because I'm approved to all of y'all. And then she's walking like, it's okay, keep tearing me down. So then Paige was like, bye bitch, and then Alicia says something sarcastic. So then we see for what's happening for this coming season. We finally see who tosses the water in Naomi's face. It was Alicia. Alicia up here like talking to somebody like the person who told Eva was Trini. I'm up here like, you pick fights with almost every black girl I'm starting to see on this show, and I'm not here for it. Like I said, none of y'all really have any reason to try to talk shit about somebody, but I said, each its own. Then we see Nicole and Dolph. Like, I did not know they was an item. Did not know that. Dolph up here like, I can give you kids and give you a husband. I'm up here like, okay. I said some people like being, stuck with their little, situation, you know, because they got there by doing stuff to be on top, and they don't want to come off of it. So to each its own. Then we see Eva talking, and she was up there like talking to the like, I'm coming for your title. I was like, ooh. I said, all right. I said, she pretty much let you know, like, you're leaving, I'm taking over, blah, 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 blah. Like, how it's just like this, and then Nicole in the hotel room with her mom and with Bree and with Nicole, she was a bit like, she's like a sheep, like a lot or some shit. I really wasn't trying to care too much for that, but then we see Airline and Paige fight, and I was like, yes, because to me, I feel like Airline's a scrapper. Like if you get her there, and I'm kind of like, she's like pretty much over all of this bullshit. But who knows? Episode 2 comes out next Tuesday, so we'll see how this goes. Let me know how y'all feel about it. First video, think I'm gonna do some more. I'm really waiting for Basketball Wives and Bad Girls Club, so then we can really sit and have kitchen and table talk. Cause Sunday always gonna be shady. But let me know in the comments below. Subscribe, share. First video. Good, bad, ugly, indifferent. Share. And I'll see y'all next time. Peace.